All right, it's Frankie here, by the way, and let's talk in this video about setting client expectations like a fucking Jedi boss. And what will happen for you when you do this, by the way, when you follow the stuff in this video, you'll find that clients are happier and pay you for longer and just let you be and trust you and leave you the fuck alone. Now, I did not experience that in my first 7 years of SEO. So if you're looking forward to that, to have clients who are just easy and trust and simple to work with, this is a video for you. So let's get into it. So before we can talk about what to do, let's talk about what most people do and why that sucks. We're in my yard, by the way, in La Paz, Mexico, hanging with my baby girls, shooting a couple videos. They're just playing sweetly in the sand, a little beach. Say hello. 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 So when thank you, Zelda. What most people do is really simple, actually. Sign a client, and at the end of 30 days, say, here's your report about what we've done. And there's two horrible things that go wrong in that scenario. The first is thing number one, which is those clients almost always, I would say like 99 times out of 100, have been burned, and burned badly in the past. And the problem with that is they are so untrustworthy of marketers and big promises and things like that. If you're dealing with any business that's been around longer than 5 years, they have been screwed in the past. Whether that was their fault or the business or the marketer's fault is irrelevant, because they don't feel good about these kind of relationships. And so what that means for you is that from the time they take payment till the 30 days before they get any sort of notice, there's a lot of fear and trepidation. And the fear and trepidation comes in the form of, and I actually just experienced this where I hired somebody and then I was gone for a week and they didn't send me any messages at all. And my first thought is not, oh, well, they must just be working really, really hard and doing an awesome job. No, my first thought is they probably took my money and fucking ran. Hey, be nice to your sister. No, be nice. Heidi, we be nice to our sister, okay? So what ends up happening is when all this uncertainty comes into play, they don't assume good things about you. And so, especially in the first 60 to 90 days, you almost need to over-communicate, and you need to go switch from how most people do it, which is reactive, we'll send you a monthly report, and switch it to proactive. How can I go out of my way to let clients know that stuff is going on, even if it's very ordinary stuff for you, like, hey, we set up the landing page, hey, this is getting billed, hey, we launched our first ad today, hey, you're going to get a bill from Facebook in the next week. Those kind of things go a long way to demonstrating your competence. And I learned this the hard way, by the way. A lawyer once told me that if I get a client and that client is, let's say, he expects to make $15,000 off of it. Well, if he tells that client, I expect to make you $15,000, and he makes 10, then they say, I got the worst lawyer in the world. I had a $15,000 case and he screwed me out of $5,000. And if he tells that person, I expect to get you 10, and gets him 20, then they're like, oh my God, my lawyer's amazing. He got me $10,000 or $20,000. And of course, both of those are just cases of expectations. So it's really, really key when you set expectations that you want to set them lower than the mark you actually intend to hit. So if you think you can get a client $10 webinar registrations off of Facebook, tell them, I think I can get you 15 or 20 even, because you want to exceed your own benchmarks. Now, the other problem with sending a report at the end of 30 days, it sounds cool in principle. And the problem is 90% of business owners, I'd say 99% of business owners, have no idea what the fuck our reports even mean. I experienced this for about... Yeah, Zelda B, was is los? Sending all my SEO reports. Do you want to come say hello? Come here. Zelda. When you do a whole bunch of SEO reports, clients go, hey, this is really pretty, but what does it actually mean? Like, what am I looking at here? Yeah, you can go down, honey. You can go down, honey. Very gentle. Yeah, you want it down. So when you send it like a really complicated, pretty looking SEO report, it might make sense to you, but it means absolutely nothing to a client. They have no idea what you're actually doing for them. And it took me years to realize that I would have to call clients up and explain to them in plain English, which wasn't good for them because they felt stupid. And I realized, why don't I just send them the plain English explanation of what I did and why I did it and how it's going? And all of a sudden clients started loving the updates because they're like, thank God, I am so sick and tired of these auto software generated pretty looking reports that I have no idea what the hell they even say. So this will be a huge game changer now. Now, let's talk about the 4 keys of setting expectations right. Expectations, by the way, set into 4 key areas. The first is, what result can a client realistically expect in working with you? The second one, by the way, is time. How long is it going to take to get those results? And again, you always want to shoot for, if it's going to take you 90 days, tell them it's going to take you 180 days. I learned this in SEO. If you got a 12-month job, tell them it's going to take you 2 years or a year and a half. Yeah, honey. My Zelda bee. Should we go in the pool? So the third thing, by the way, is the cost. And this is especially important to you if you run paid ads and they're going to suddenly start seeing their credit card dinged. I can't tell you the number of times I tell a client, hey, we're going to spend $2,500 a month, or we're going to spend $5,000, or we're going to spend $10,000, and then they're shocked to see a bill on their credit card. And I learned this the hard way, and it's so much easier when you say, hey, just so you know, in the first week, you're probably going to get a bill from Facebook, and they like to bill you in like low increments if you're just starting. So you might see like $25 or $50 or $300 as they test your credit card out, and those numbers will get bigger. And just so you know, we're not just pissing your money down the drain, like leads are coming in that we're then nurturing. So these are like long-term investments. So don't be surprised if you get a bill from credit card, or a credit card bill from Facebook over the next couple of days. And the fourth thing is, which is probably the most overlooked aspect of running an agency and setting expectations. What's up, honey? Is it too hot? Which is communication. Was is los, honey? Which is the communication. Baby problems right here. And the communication means, for all intents and purposes, is that they need to know what you're going to say to them, when, and what it's going to be about, and all that fine, good stuff. So you do this right, and what you'll find is clients love it, because the most missing piece, by the way, for most agencies is the communication. I've actually got a good friend here down in Mexico who, his name's Peter, and Peter built the largest Facebook ad agency in Europe and won the ClickFunnels 2Comma award and so forth. And so an award you make if you have $1 million in sales through one funnel. And Peter told me that for years of running Facebook ads, he worked on getting better client results, working harder and harder, bringing in the best people so he could get the ad cost down and leads up. And he found no matter how good he got those numbers, the clients just got more miserable, or the same kind of problems persisted. And when the minute he realized they were issues of expectation, life got a whole lot easier. So if you set expectations like a champ, what you're going to find is clients actually love you because they've never had that experience. And the biggest mindset I can give you about it is think about your communication as playing offense instead of defense. Defense is like, hey, I'll send you a report at the end of the month. Rather, think about how can I go out of the way and say, hey, here's what we're up to. Here's why we're up to it. It's going really well. Here's what we can expect going forward. And again, those 4 factors, right? The result, the time, the cost, the communication. You do that, you'll have a whole lot happier clients. So I hope that's super helpful to you guys, and may the force be with you. Frankie Finn, over and out. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed.